I now see why healing from rejection in my singleness was so important. I've had several moments now that I'm in a relationship where I'm like, okay, God, I see why you wanted me to do this. God, I see why you said I needed to be healed from this. God, I now get why you said that I needed to handle this. Rejection was a big thing for me. I mean, I dealt with rejection in family from parents. I dealt with a lot of rejection in singleness. I didn't have my first boyfriend until I was in college. I've only had two. And so I went over 15 years single. Gosh, the rejection that built up in that time. And I haven't shared this with you all before, but there was someone else that I genuinely believe was supposed to be my husband. God talked to me about this man. Oh my gosh. He and I were friends, but he chose somebody else. Rejection, rejection, rejection. And every time I got rejected, it was like a hammer in a nail in my heart. Oh my gosh. Watching other people be in relationships and I not be in one and wondering, is it because I'm too dark? Is it because of my weight? Is it this? Is it that? I go get the education and then it's like, well, maybe now I'm too educated and it's a problem for men and they're intimidated by me because I've got these degrees and I make, a good money and I've got my own house. And so when you deal with rejection, you find ways to be rejected. So you heard I just said because had a house and this and that I found it to be an issue. Now, true enough, there were some brothers that were intimidated by it, but the problem really was me. And so I have to tell you that now I'm so proud and I am so glad I listened to God and I went through my healing process because, girl, let me tell you, I would be jacking this relationship all the way up had I not already healed from the rejection from my past. So let me give you an example. My babe, I say I want to do something. He says, nah, he doesn't feel like it. Had I not been healed of the rejection, girl, do you know all the stuff that would have been running through my mind? Here's the thing. When you aren't healed from rejection and somebody tells you no, what you feel like they're saying no to you, like they're rejecting you. When really, let's say you like, I want to eat pizza, and they're like, nah, I don't want pizza. When this is just an oversimplified example, okay? So if they say, no, I don't want pizza, you feel like they are saying, no, I don't want you. Like rejection, gosh, it creates this filter. So everything that you see and hear is being filtered through a filter called rejection. So, and we have a tendency as people, we see people in situations not for what they really are, but for our past circumstances and experiences. We do not see people in situations for what they are. We see them through the lens of our past experiences. And so when you have a history of being rejected, you have a rejection filter. And so everything you see and hear is filtered through this lens of rejection. And I can tell you there are so many moments where I'm like, man, in the past, I know I would have responded a different type of way. I would have had an attitude. But because my heart has been healed of that past rejection, my honey can say, my king can say, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Where beforehand, I might not have said anything outwardly, but on the inside, I would have been offended. And so I'm finding myself in situations where I know I would have been offended, highly offended. But because I've been healed from the rejection, what would have caused an issue beforehand is absolutely nothing now. Gosh, Listen, I know sometimes God be talking. It be seeming like he crazy. I don't know about you, but to me, sometimes it be seeming like he be crazy with some of the stuff he be saying. But no, everything God is saying for us to do in our singleness is important. My entire message about its wedding season is the fact that, prophetically speaking, it's wedding season. And God is bringing men and women together during this time. And so we have to use the remainder of our singleness to heal from past hurts. God wants us to be ready. And what he's shown me is that his people are not ready. We're spending so much time crying and being sad and upset about the fact that we're not in a relationship, that we're not taking the time to heal and get ourselves ready. We need to be healed from the past, healed from the daddy and mommy issues, heal from past betrayals and everything that we've gone through. And we also need to learn about our roles, about how to be a godly wife. But we spend so much time crying over the spoiled milk, so to speak, that when he shows up, we're not ready. And so my whole message is get ready. It really is wedding season. And I'm telling you, just being in this relationship, just mere 4 months, it hasn't been long, but I can tell you that I can already see the benefit of me going through the healing process already. Ladies, it is wedding season. Gentlemen, it is wedding season. Get ready, because things are going to happen in wedding season so quick. The dating time is going to be short. The engagement time is going to be short. So you need to go through your process now and deal with the junk in your trunk. God wants to heal you from those past issues. If you've not already read, I would love for you to please read my book. It's wedding season. I have a book and a journal. It's available on my website at drqbeyond.com, and it's available on Amazon. This book is the entire message that God has given me about it being wedding season. Everything is there about what God is wanting to say to his people during this time. Those of you that desire to be married and are waiting. And I'm so glad that I can say that I've gone through the process of what's in the book, and I finally met someone, and I'm able to beginning to put to practice what God has given me. And so I believe the book would be a major blessing to you. It's been a major blessing to people all over the nation already. And so I would love for you to be the next person to be blessed by it. So that is all I have for you all. Hang tight. I'll be back again with some more nuggets, okay? Love you. Have a good one.